Hey, what's up? It's Kathy, and I'm back with another process video. This one is a belated Christmas layout that I had actually made at the beginning of Christmas and spent literal weeks trying to import the files into my computer, and ended up having to update so much on my computer, and it was still giving me a hard time. I had to update my iOS, I had to update Photos, I had to update iMovie, I had to call Apple support and all this stuff because I was having so many issues, and then having a computer with almost no space to do anything while trying to work on like designs where you need space in order to complete the functions that you're doing in the program, like a program like Photoshop or Illustrator. Oh my goodness, I've had so many computer issues that I just thought about going and living in a shack somewhere and just being a hermit with no technology because technology was not my friend this month. That being said, I finally fiddled around enough that I was able to import all of the videos and cut together this this one here. And that's not even with me still trying to do the December daily stuff, which I still have to import photos and everything to finish that up. So I'm still working on it. It's just the last 2 weeks before Christmas became pretty much just me focusing on getting everything ready for my family. And yeah, we're not doing that again next year. We're going to take a different approach to Christmas, I think, next year. That being said, I started this, had this idea that I wanted to use this picture that I did as a little family photo shoot after our third child was born. He was born at the end of October, so he was a little bit bigger when this was taken, but he was still newborn enough that I really liked the idea of getting a shot with him and the other two kids. But sometimes it's really hard to control your other kids, and they don't smile when you want them to smile or look at the camera when you want them to look at the camera. And my daughter is still notorious for that, for being someone who loves to be the center of attention. When the camera's on, she sure doesn't act like it. It's hard to get her to smile. It's hard to get her to even look at the proper place for the camera. Half the time she just gives this look like she's wincing in pain. So the look on their faces pretty much sums it up. They are not happy about having to do this. They don't look all that happy that they have a little brother all of a sudden. And I just thought that those faces were perfect for a layout about, you know, like, this was not what we asked for, Santa. This was not on our list. Having this little baby brother. I just thought it would be a fun way to capture the moment, make it kind of a Christmas layout, but it's not specific to Christmas, but I'm going to use a lot of Christmas products in it just because I did take the picture when I was doing a Christmas photo shoot. This one I changed to black and white, and it was just because of what was going on in the background. The tree was in the background, it was lit, but it was daytime, and so it kind of became like some weird lighting effects were happening behind it, and it was just easier to change it to black and white. And then that way I could kind of go a little crazy with whatever colors I wanted and not worry about the colors that were in the picture, though I did dress them for Christmas stuff. So my little list is in a black, or not a black and white, a red and white striped onesie and everything. But anyway, I digress. So my first issue came with trying to figure out what I wanted for my background paper, and then I decided I wanted that triangle one, which is actually from a Valentine's collection from Crate Paper from a year or two ago. So it's not even Christmassy. I really did think originally I was going to be using the large red polka dot one, the A side or whatever that you saw right at the beginning. And that was my intent the whole time until I turned it over and really liked how this one looked. And it kind of reminded me of like Christmas trees. So that's kind of why I went with it. If you hear some movement, it's just me talking with my hands and moving and shifting. So I do apologize, but that's the kind of person I am. I am that kind of mover, talker kind of person. So when I decided to make a grid, I decided to use some embroidery floss and stitch down the sides. I didn't go through both pieces of paper, which I could have to just hold it on and then you wouldn't have to worry. But I just did it through the white cardstock and then glued it on to the back. The paper is, I don't know what happened to a bunch of my white cardstock, but it all got bent and ruined. So I'm using it kind of this way, like using it up, covering up some of the bends and puckers and stuff like that. And this is a great way to use up some white cardstock and not have to worry about it being like perfectly not bent or anything like that. So some of the paper that I'm using, like the two top papers, are not even Christmas papers. They are just from my stash. One was Paige Evans and the other is like a crate paper or Studio Calico paper. It's just multicolored and I like the striped. And since my Christmas color schemes tend to be very bright, vibrant, all over the place, not just like traditional colors, I thought it would go perfect. And I brought it in on the bottom right hand corner with where the presents are and everything. So it did take me a little while to figure out which papers I wanted to go in which corner and which ones I wanted to back the photo with. And I grabbed a piece of mint vellum. I had bought like a collection of like 8.5 by 11 vellums sometime from like a store, like a Staples kind of store, that type of thing. So it had different colors in it, or it might have been like Michael's, I'm not sure. But it was just one of those ones that had like different colors. And it had like pink and green and blue and yellow. So I still have some of it, and I decided the mint would look nice. Some of my stickers from that October afternoon sticker sheet that you just saw for a second are like, they got stuck together and there's just no salvaging them. So I'm salvaging what I can. Like only half of that sticker was functional, so I just stuck it behind the photo and that worked. And I had to take a second to fix, didn't have staples in my stapler, but then I guess I think I did, and then I broke the stapler. I broke my Tim Holtz, so it doesn't have that spring part that only lets you pull it back so far anymore. It just snapped right off. It still works, I just don't have, it just doesn't do that anymore. Fortunately, it's not really something that they sell anywhere near me, so, and they may not even sell it anymore. It might be a discontinued item, so I'm just going to make do with what I can. So I used my tiny attacher to attach that joy up by the photo, to attach that little piece of leftover red and white striped ribbon that was just in one of my bins. I did kind of speed through me going through my different little ephemera packs. If you're wondering why I'm not doing a perfect voiceover about everything I'm doing, it's that my videos... it's not loading well. It's loading really choppy. So I'm only getting bits and pieces of what I'm actually doing in the video to narrate on. So I can only narrate what I'm seeing. My kids decided to mess up my fine liner bottles. So neither of my fine liner bottles really work one works okay. The other does not work at all. So you saw I just kind of stuck like a brush in and brushed the paint, the glue around, and then set the brush aside, going to myself, now Kathy, don't forget you have to, like, immediately once this video is done being filmed, go wash that in hot water. I didn't do it, so I ended up throwing the brush out. This is why I buy cheap brushes for my projects. I always buy like the kids brushes, like, or the really cheap like Michael's brushes or Crayola brushes, because there is a really good chance that I am going to forget to wash at least one of the brushes. And I know that this setup that I've got going on right now, though I really enjoy it, I know it's going to end up changing because I kind of like move things, and I still have that jingle piece of ephemera. So I know I don't end up using it for sure. I am going to end up using the ho ho ho, and that's because I want to bring some gold into some of the different little sections. Like the Mary there has gold on it, so I want to use gold. In some other places I'm just using an amalgamation of different ephemera pieces and chipboard pieces. They are not all from a specific line. I'm just going with what I like. Some are from Fa La La, some are like a Pebbles line and an older Pink for Studio line and different things like that. And I'm just kind of picking and choosing what I like, what I enjoy. I liked putting the little elves there. I thought they were a great idea to kind of represent the kids. I decided to put Santa there because the whole title is going to be like Santa. This was not on our list. So I wanted to have Santa there. That piece of fabric or that piece of ribbon that I do end up using, it was just like leftover from a different project, and I tossed it in my little ephemera packs, which are like those 4x6 photo boxes that you used to be able to get at Michael's. You can't get them as much at my Michael's anymore, but used to be able to, and that's what I keep my ephemera in, though I will probably have to switch to a different idea here soon because I've got more ephemera than I have boxes at this point, or storage to put them in. But anyway, so it's just kind of using odds and ends, and then I'll like look off to the side of my desk and see more odds and ends, like those sequins that I stuck down. They were just sitting on my desk from, not getting put away or something like that. So I decided to put them around. I am going to put some color shine at the end. So I have these really cute foam glitter red stickers that are perfect for Christmas, and I don't want it to be perfect. I want it to kind of be up and down. The letters don't go perfectly across, anything like that. I'm trying to find some really good tiny stickers to write out the rest of my title because I want something kind of thinner. And these Chamel ones, I think it's from Box of Crayons, which was her last collection before the new one that she's put out. So yeah, I thought that these pink ones, because there's so much pink going on already, why not add some more pink? And they've got gold letters or metallic letters. I can't remember. What the heck color was my hair there? I don't even know. That's how long ago I filmed this. I have no clue what color my hair is when I'm filming this, only to say that it's pink now. Maybe it was pink in that. Maybe. I don't know. I change my hair color a lot because it's so short that I have that chance right now, because when it gets longer, it's just harder to change a hair color. So doing it while it's short. But yeah, this is it, except for my Heidi swap. This is the layout. I featured it on my top 10 of 2008 because I really liked how it turned out, and it was kind of like one of the only things I got to do for the holidays. So I just wanted, it just felt extra special to me. So that is about it. I will have more videos coming up in the new year. Thank you guys all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Have an awesome day. Bye.